Hello everybody. Today we're going to make a quick and easy meal that's going to make people think that you slaved in the kitchen all day long for, okay? So we're going to do two things. One, we are going to make a salad, a cucumber salad today. And for our main course meal, we are going to have London broil with spinach, pasta over tomatoes and feta cheese. Is going to be an awesome meal. Okay, so let's get started right now. First, we're going to start off with a nice sized London broil. I have it already seasoned up for you, ready to go. Okay, so I have already put my stove on, and what I'm going to do, come with me, Magic. Thumbs up to our cameraman. Magic is our cameraman for today. I will be adding some olive oil to the frying pan, and I love my cast iron frying pans. Like, the food is just so awesome in there. Okay, and the next thing that I'm gonna do is I chopped up some fresh garlic and onions, so I'm gonna add that to the frying pan over here. Come with me, Magic. Okay, I'm gonna get that nice and sizzled. Okay. The one thing you want to do when you're cooking fresh garlic is you have to keep it turning. You can't let it sit too long. If it burns, it will get a little bitter for your food. So I'm going to add that in there right quick. Okay. So my steak that I have, the London broil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop that up some, put it in the skillet. I already did my pasta here. It's all ready. I have my cucumbers here for our salad, our Bermuda onions, and let's walk back over here. I have olive oil that'll be for the dressing for our cucumber salad, some feta cheese. I love green onions, okay? So I'm gonna add that right to the frying pan as well. That's optional. I love the flavor that green onions bring, so I'm just going to add that in there. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get our steak sliced up some. I don't like to cook it whole, so what I'm going to do is just slice it up in little pieces, and then I'm going to saute it in the pan. Okay, so I'm going to get that started now. It should be nice and tender. It's been marinating pretty much all day. I put it on this morning before I went to work. It's all seasoned up. And you just add nice little slices to it. So what I'm going to do is slice it up, and then I'm going to put it into this pan. And I'm going to saute that really good before I add the pasta. This is an excellent meal. It's quick, it's easy. I tried to do all the preparations ahead of time just to make this thing go a little quicker. That takes about 15-20 minutes out of the prep time of getting this prepared and ready. Okay, this is a nice tender London broil. I love London broil. It's my favorite steak. So again, what we're going to do is just chop it up in pieces, just so that it can cook nice and smooth. I want to forget that I still have my sauteed onions and everything working on the other side for me. Okay. There we go. I love London broil. This is like the best steak ever. Everybody have their own preference, but my preference is a London broil. So I hope everybody had a good day. And this is a nice meal when you had a long day and you just want to come home and have something delicious, but yet not spend all day in the kitchen trying to make it up. Okay. You need a nice sharp knife to do this with. But if you marinate it right, keep it nice and tender. I'm cutting it in like a 1/4 inch cubes there, just so that it could cook up nice. I'm gonna work my way back over to the stove and check on my sauteed onions and green peppers here. Flavor is starting to kick in already. It's nothing like the smell of onions and garlic. Okay, so while that's working for me, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on our cucumber salad, okay? So we're gonna come over here to the bowl. I've already took the liberty of chopping up the cucumbers. And just rinse my hands off. Okay, so I'm gonna add them to a bowl. I've already chopped up my Bermuda onions, and what you want to do is break them up nicely. I love Bermuda onions, so I go a little heavy on the onions. Okay, and then you want to add some plum tomatoes that I took the liberty to already dice them up for you. Okay. The next, after I have this is all mixed in well, some of these tomatoes will be for our pasta sirloin. Then next, I'm going to add half a cup of olive oil, half a teaspoon of vinegar. I'm going to add some sugar. I'm going to add some salt. And then I'm going to add a little fresh parsley in there. And I like to give my food a little kick with a little hot stuff sometimes. So a little bit of flakes.
Someone's calling.
It's okay. Okay, so I'm going to add some feta cheese to this. I love feta cheese. It's awesome. Okay, and then I'm going to add, I have some lemon juice already squeezed. I'm going to add that to that. It's smelling good already. Okay, and then I'm going to give you some lemon peel in it here. Oops, make sure I'm doing it right. Just to add to the flavor. And when I'm all done with that, I'm going to toss it all up together. I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper to this. In 1 second. Add some black pepper. And then I'm going to mix this all together. It smells so good. It smells just freshness. Okay. Once I'm done mixing this all together, won't it smell good, Magic?
Yeah.
I am going to put a lid on it. And then I'm gonna, wrong one. See that one. Let me see. And then I'm gonna refrigerate it until the meal is ready. Okay? Okay. I'm gonna come back over here. Check on our sauteed onions and green onions. Okay. Now I'm gonna take them from the pan. I just want to cook them enough just to get the flavor out. And I'm gonna add it. Gonna add it here. Now I'm gonna put put that frying pan back there, and then I'm gonna crank it up some, because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add more olive oil. And then we're gonna cook our London broil. Finish slicing these little few up. It's not the right knife to do this with, but okay. There's our London broil all ready to go. Gonna marinate all the seasoning in there. Okay. Now I'm gonna put it in the pan. And we're gonna fry that all up. It shouldn't take very long because it's been marinated and have meat tenderizing in it. So should be good for a little bit there. I'm a big garlic fan, so I'm gonna add a little more garlic to sizzle that. Add a little bit more salt to it. And I am going to add, I love my adobo. And a little bit of black pepper. Okay. Don't let your meat cook too long. Just enough to get it tender, because it will cook more once you add your pasta to it. I'm going to crank the stove up a little bit. Okay. So, while that's cooking, clean up on that stuff behind me. Look at that, it smells so good. Oh my God, London broil is my favorite. See, it's nice and tender, so it doesn't take a long time to cook. Can't really leave it. You gotta kind of babysit it while it's cooking, just to make sure everything cooks evenly. I should have used my bigger pan, but I decided to go with this one. It smells so good already. But wait till we add all our different stuff to it, okay? Put it in here. Over there, look over that. Don't put it on this pan. Nothing in this pan. Stay on that one. Okay. That flavor it's bumping. So, still cooking. Nice tender pieces of London broil. This meal is it's an Italian meal. It's pasta For those of you or that's just joining us, it's pasta, garlic, olive oil, and fresh spinach, baby spinach. It's a great combination, a very easy to cook meal. So we're just gonna rock this real quick, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the pan that it's in because it's more than I kind of thought it was. So I'm gonna when I get this pan nice and hot, I'm gonna transport it over into this pan. Okay? I'm telling you guys, this is like the bomb meal. This is one of my son's favorite. Great combination with the olive oil and the onions and everything. A lot of times you end up with the water from the London broil. I like to get a little crisp on it, so that is one of the reasons why I'll be transporting it to this pan, so I can get it nice and hot, get it out the water. But always remember, the juices that come out of there, we will be using those juices as well. Okay, so I'm going to get another pan going over here, nice and hot. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, now that I got this pan nice and hot, I'm going to take this out of here. Remember, we're going to keep those juices. Yeah, that's what we want. Come over to here. That's what we want. We need it to put a little crisp. We need it to sizzle. That's what I'm going to burn, okay? There you go. That's what we're looking for right there. Now we're going to turn it down a little bit. Now that we got it cooking so we can get a little crisp, a lot of the flavor got left in the other pan. So what we want to do is add some more flavor back in here, like our salt, because a lot of it got washed away in the juices. I'm going to add some more little pepper back in there. Doesn't it smell good? Now once we get it cooking nice, get a little crisp on it, then we're going to add some olive oil to it, some pasta to it, and our balsamic vinaigrette, which is the big kicker. Okay? Okay.